You're the only one strong enough to save us all.
Rated PG.
Whoa! Dad, where'd you get that?
Oh, you won't believe what just happened.
Don't tell me you got the last Diet Dew.
Yeah.
I love the taste of Diet Dew. What do you want for it? Deal.
Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah, it tastes that good.
Hey, hotshot. Meter's running.
You're right. That's a fifth floor problem.
Not in my house. No, no, no. Not today.
Jimmy, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico?
Happier than Dikembe Mutombo blocking a shot.
Nice.
Get happy. Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
4-speed manual transmission, 850 horsepower, 1 bucket seat, 0 to 160 in 8 seconds. Oh, yeah. That baby will do.
Any questions?
I take it for a test drive.
You ever driven one of these things? I'll get the keys.
She don't take keys.
The Daytona 500, next Sunday on Fox.
Welcome back to pole position qualifying at World Center of Speed since they raced on the hard-packed sands of Ormond Beach more than a century ago. Folks have come here to go really fast. Daytona 500 qualifying, Danica Patrick and Ryan Newman trying to become the 8th pair of teammates to start on the pole for the Daytona 500. This is Joe Nemechek from Lakeland, Florida. He is driving the this Toyota that he owns, the Florida DOT A&B Constructors car. He is 27th. Regan Smith in the James Finch Guy Roofing number 51 Chevrolet clocked in 21st just a bit earlier. Chris Devoto.
Mike, perhaps the only thing faster than these cars at Daytona was Team Jimmy Johnson in the half marathon this morning. So were you happy with your time?
Very happy. Broke 90 minutes, which was my goal.
That's insane, by the way.
Thank you. Very, very happy with that. And my foundation made up some shirts. We had Team JJF taking place. And Rick Allen, Michael Waltrip, Eric Amarola,
teammate, yeah.
Casey Kane, a bunch of people. Christine, a bunch of ladies were wearing shirts, so it was neat to have representation for the foundation out there today. And we're actually trying to sell a few online now, so if anybody wants to head to my website and check them out, the money will go to the Jimmy Johnson Foundation. And fun day. Legs are, certainly feeling it now, but just 2 quick laps, and then I can go put my feet up.
I was going to say, as long as you just keep that one leg pedal down, you're okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy here. A monkey can do it, so I'm going to be a monkey.
Okay, thanks, Jimmy.
5-time champ Jimmy Johnson. That half marathon this morning, 13.1 miles up and over the bridge to the beach. And a number of folks from the NASCAR community. Casey Kane said the coolest part was running down the hard-packed sands of Daytona Beach as part of that half marathon that started and ended here. Johnson in the car and ready to go. There are the results with Kane and Johnson completing it in under 90 minutes. On track, the defending champion of the Daytona 500. He's won 2 of the last 4 for Roush Fenway Racing. Now he moves to Joe Gibbs Racing in the Dollar General Toyota. This is Matt Kenseth, who had a bad, fast car last night in the Sprint Unlimited.
Well, he surely did, Mike.
And that first lap, that's right in there in the hunt, that 46.50 that he ran.
You know what, Larry? I've just been watching the flags. I think the wind has actually picked up a little. Man, he's down on the apron. He's taking the shortcut.
6th for Kenseth, 45.983. The 3 Joe Gibbs cars are covered by just a hundredth of a second, the 3 of them.
Yeah, listen to these times, the second on down. 93.1, 93.6, 97.2, 97.3, 98.3. Those cars right there, all just in hundreds of thousands of each other.
2.5-mile racetrack.
Matt Yoakum?
Mike, 2 observations for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Number 1, we were just watching video of Jimmy running the half marathon. Any thoughts of maybe you wanting to join Jimmy next year?
Heck no. Definitely shorten it up about 80% maybe. But I was surprised how fast they ran. It was incredible. But I don't know.
Actually at 34 degrees.
Well, either way, it doesn't matter. It's just a long ways to run. But it sounded like a lot of fun.
A short debrief with Steve Letarte. Your pickup consistent with what we've seen with other drivers picking up. Pleased with that?
Yeah, we'd obviously like to be a little bit better. But, you know, we've gained a lot since we tested the car. We tested down here wasn't very fast, and we learned a lot and built a couple good cars. We feel pretty confident in our 500 car to be real competitive when we get in the race trim.
Maybe next year we'll get a golf cart and ride alongside.
I don't know, man. I might run a few miles. Not all of it, but, hey, 13 miles, come on.
Thanks, Junior.
Thanks, Matt. Sparks fly from beneath the car of Jeff Gordon as he rounds the corner. Last year, Gordon got off to a kind of slow start, but made the chase for the Sprint Cup, wound up 10th in the final standings. His 7th consecutive top 10 showing, the 18th of his 20-year career. He scored 2 victories. This is the AARP Drive to End Hunger Chevrolet of Rick Hendrick.
Just a little thing, but when you see sparks, something's dragging the ground, and it's just like hitting the brakes. Only a little thing, but those little things add up.
And they were a long time getting this car through inspection. I mean, they just got out the pit road just a few minutes ago, so it almost makes you wonder if they made some changes on this race car.
Could have, and of course air pressure is a factor, you know, as well. So second lap, it'll probably stop doing that.
Now the tracker shows that Gordon entered turn 1 fastest, dropped back to 8th, and is now gaining ground on the field. He was the pole sitter here in '99. He's a 3-time winner of the 500.
The tracker, just like I am, it's a little bit confused here because it's so many, these times are so close to each other, it's hunting around trying to figure out exactly where he is.
Gordon trying to fill the front 2 rows with Chevrolets.
Be close.
Knocks Ryan Newman off the outside pole, 45.85, 196.2.
Yeah, that's just 4 100ths off what Danica Patrick runs, so he's right there in the hunt.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Second for Jeff Gordon. Let's rejoin Chris Myers.
In the Hollywood Hotel with Clint Boyer, the 15 5-hour energy car, and you were just watching, admiring. Now we have Danica still on the pole, but just barely ahead of Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody would get even remotely close to that, but that was close enough. Somebody was nervous. I can promise you that.
Yeah, well, actually, when Danica was leaving, she said, I'm going to go work out, and then I might keep an eye on what's happening here. How about your run a little bit early? Now, we're watching because we have to see you're currently 13th. Each time somebody does something well, you obviously get pushed back a notch.
Right. I mean, there's certainly cars that were faster yesterday. I mean, if you can't sit on a pole today, honestly, it's just really not that big of a deal. You run so many miles around this racetrack all week long, through the unlimited races that we've seen, through the qualifying races, through qualifying, all the miles. There's only really 2.5 miles that matter. It's those last 2.5 miles. So, you know, I can't wait to get to the race. You know,
yeah, we got a whole week here.
Today is important. Today is everybody's hard work in the off season playing out. You hear us talk about that over and over and over, but I'm telling you, it's a tremendous amount of work that goes into these race cars to finesse them. A great deal of pride for those crew guys seeing their cars up there, especially the ones that are at the top of the board.
For you, Clint, 7 Daytona 500s and twice you finished 4th. Obviously, do you have a strategy, a format, a plan, especially with the Generation 6 car?
It's just, you know, I learned a lot. Racers are always learning, whether you're in the car or not. I was watching, you know, my dirt hauler last night. And, you know, at first I sent Keselowski a message and said, man, new 2013 goals, win a pole. You know, this kind of sucks watching these guys. And then they wrecked, and I retracted that statement immediately and said, Keselowski, we're just fine where we're at. Didn't look like much fun, but you know, it's a constant learning process anytime you have a new car like that. But when you come down here, it seems like there's always a different package that makes the difference, and you know, you're going to have to figure it out. Doesn't seem like the air moves around this car like the car that we've had. You know, that last car was a box. It pushed a lot of air, you know, through the corners. You side drafted off each other. All of that goes away. You know, it's a different rules apply now, and you got to figure it out.
Yeah, you're a candid guy. What have you learned so far in the Generation 6 car? You haven't been able actually to race it because obviously, as you said, you weren't in the Unlimited last night.
Well, the first thing is don't turn left on cars that are underneath of you. We've seen that twice. That does not work. It doesn't seem like they're able to lift for you and get you in line. You know, it's just, like I said, it's a constant learning process. You got to figure out how to get yourself in. The air moving around these cars is the biggest difference. You're going to have to figure out how to get yourself in that situation when the time's right at the end of the race, and that's going to be hard to do.
All right, Clint watching with us is Michael Waltrip, his car owner, and of course our guest host here in the Hollywood Hotel will be back with us in just a moment. Let's head back upstairs.
Thanks, Chris. Brad Keselowski is the defending Sprint Cup champion. He just completed his run in the Miller Lite Ford. 16th fastest for Brad, 194.9 miles an hour. He'll be in his 4th 500 next Sunday. Now let's take our Fox Ghost car and put all 3 Stewart-Haas cars on the track together. Tony Stewart, the 14, Ryan Newman, the 39, and that green number 10 of Danica Patrick, the pole sitter.
And I like the way that Ryan swept down. You saw him just kind of sweep down in front of Danica's car there, but he didn't gain the speed until he starts to exit the corner. Now, he and Danica are pretty even down that back straightaway, but you can see Danica's car really takes off about halfway down the back straightaway, has a lot of speed in it.
But the bottom line, down the back straightaway, compared to her 2 teammates, she elected to hug that yellow line and run lower on the back straightaway.
I think they were doing that, you know, kind of trying not to bind the car up. To switch, see, they're both, Tony and Ryan both have been a car length or so a little higher than Danica. It's a little bitty thing, but I'm telling you, it makes that difference.
A lot of little things add up to 100th of a second around here. David Gilliland, second generation racer from Riverside, California. The Love's Travel Center Ford for Front Row Motorsports. Looking to start his 5th Daytona 500. Pole sitter here in 2007. Here's Matt.
Mike, there was a slight delay getting the 24 car out to the grid due to an issue back in the garage. The car actually fell off a jack stand. They had to repair some damage to the car. And Jeff, you were looking at the Ghost images with our Ghost car tracking system here, and you were commenting about what you think happened with the Stewart-Haas cars and yourself.
Well, first of all, I love that technology. We've been using it, you know, something similar. Yours is way cooler than ours, so if we can get our hands on yours, that'd be great. But, you know, just looking at how big a factor these gusty winds are playing today, and I think, you know, really worked in our favor. You know, we didn't have a big gust of wind, so I just didn't see a big RPM drop or the car buffeting around on the back straightaway. I've been hearing about some guys. When I saw the 14 up against a 10 on your Ghost image there, it just seemed to me like Tony had a much bigger headwind. He might have had a better tailwind coming down the front straightaway. That's how he got ahead of the 10, and then he had a bigger headwind on the back straightaway. So, you know, I'm interested in our Ghost image against a 10, but awesome lap. Boy, I did not expect to be as quick as this is. I hope it holds up for the front row because it's an awesome, you know, experience to be on the front row for the Daytona 500. I don't think anybody, you know, was going to come close to that 10. We come a lot closer than we thought we were. So great day for the Drive Den Hunger Chevrolet. That started off with some drama. I gotta tell you, it did. And you know, Alan and the guys, they kept their composure. This team has worked so hard over the offseason, as so many have, to get us here. I applaud them, and certainly applaud them under the stress they were under today with the day not starting out quite so well.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Krista hoping to hold on for his 6th front row start here in the 500.
Well, Matt, Casey Kane trying to duplicate what Jeff Gordon has done, but, you know, he's been a busy guy already, as we said, running that half marathon. And of the NASCAR contingent, Casey was the quickest. We were just talking about your time. You realize you burned over 1,800 calories this morning?
Yeah, my phone said 1,660, so I
gave you a little more, yeah.
All right, right around there, yeah. But I had a blast doing it. We got up early. It was cold. But as soon as the gun went off, I never once thought about the cold, and felt really good till the last couple of miles. My legs started getting pretty tired. But running down the beach was really cool, and I enjoyed it. I'm really glad that I trained for it the last couple months.
We are so impressed. Have fun today.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Krista. David Gilliland ended up 21st, and here is 5-time series champ Jimmy Johnson in the Lowe's Chevrolet. Jimmy wound up 3rd.